What do we need to consider on the purchasing journey? So when it comes to promotional merchandise, people want quality. So they want high value items that have got sustainable credentials. That's something that we're seeing more and more, rather than purchasing low value, high volume items. So sustainable items for you mean that they're longer lasting and your brand will have better brand exposure, which is a much better return on investment. So when choosing a material for your promotional product, think about the overall journey that it takes. So everything from the way that it's manufactured, the manufacturing process, right through to end of life. And what happens when your product is no longer usable? Can it be recycled? Can it be composted? If it can be recycled, how many times can it be recycled? And it's interesting to note that many plastic products, they can only go through the recycling process once because the material isn't strong enough to go through any longer. And I did say to you that I was going to come back to the metal bottles, but metal and glass bottles can be recycled endlessly. So it's a really good idea to know that. All right, secondly, do your research. So if something says that it's sustainable, look out for the signs that claim that this is true. So, you know, everything from the kind of manufacture of the product to the composite makeup, the information will be there, you just need to look for it. And there are certain questions that you can ask. You know, are the products reusable? Are the products refillable? Refillable products are a really interesting one. So I've got some pens with me here that can be refillable. And if you're looking for a promotion where you want your customers to keep in touch with you, for example, consider pens, consider diaries or notebooks. So you can send out the product and then your customer is encouraged to contact you when they want a refill of the item. So again, added brand exposure and added return on investment. And finally, I'll say on this slide, don't forget packaging. You know, it's really important to pay attention to the sustainability of the product, but there are so many options around when it comes to packaging. So you've got compostable bags made from cornstarch, or kind of paper and cardboard pouches to replace plastic pouches. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes now talking to you about why do we need to understand sustainability. So I've prepared here a business case which may help you if you need to kind of sell this in internally. But number one, being a sustainable company can have, I don't know if you can read that okay, but can have an impact, a big impact on attracting and retaining talent. So there's a recent survey that was conducted by a clean energy company called Switch, and they found that 79% of millennials, who are going to make up about 3/4 of the workforce in the next 5 years, would take a pay cut if it meant working for an environmentally responsible company. So it's quite an interesting statistic. So committing to sustainability really puts your company values at the forefront and is a great way to attract job applicants who are environmentally minded. So one of the simplest business cases for sustainability is the fact that it uses fewer resources and more sustainable ones, which means lower production costs and obviously potentially greater profits. It also helps you stand out in a market that's quite crowded. So anything that's going to differentiate you, your brand or your company is valuable. By introducing a sustainable practice, it can mean that you're ahead of your competitor if they haven't yet started on their sustainability journey, or it will help you kind of match their efforts if they've already made the switch to sustainable. And finally on here is the kind of publicity that you can garner, the positive publicity, not only in terms of employee pride and job seekers, but also in terms of customer loyalty and increased referral rates.